Okay, so now we are going to go ahead and do our waterfall. So this is part 3 of our St. Patty's Day folio using photo plays, Tula and Norbert's. What is it? Oh, Lucky Charm collection. I was like, I know it doesn't say St. Patty's on there. Okay, so these are all, so the base, just to recap, since I didn't say it at the beginning of this. So the base for the waterfall is 3 1/4 by 7. And then for me, I'm going to use a ribbon, so I just write on there ribbon, but you can do a flap, you can use just magnets, totally up to you. So that's my base, 3 1/4 by 7. And then the waterfall flaps, 3 1/4 by 4 3/4. So that is what we are going to use for that. And then you just score a 1/2 inch on the 4 1/4 side, and this is how we are going to stick them down. And I do a base, I don't know if you guys have heard me say this before, but so that way I've had projects where I have design paper and then I try to do the waterfall and then I could see where I didn't line things up properly and the paper's coming through. So this just helps me to somewhat be lined up. And if I'm not, I have the black behind it anyways. So if I start going and things go over the edge, I can just trim it to fit the base. So there really is no messing up on this one. Well, I say that, and you know, there definitely is always room to mess up. So just putting that on there. Again, imagine that this is speeding up. It's going really fast right now. That's what I wish it was doing. So we're just going to get that on there. We're good. Oops, did that rip? No, came out fine. Thought some of it stayed under there. And when I'm creating an album, I just do a base a little bit bigger than what I think I'll need. And then I trim it if it was too long, because it's better to be too long than too short. So I'm trying to, let's see, line up one side versus the other. So if I have to trim, I'm only trimming one side. Because when I cut paper, I don't know, my paper cutters are weird. They're not fully straight, or the paper's not straight. There just always seems to be something off. So I just create a system where if it's off or if it's me, I can still fix it. Okay, so we have that one on there. There we go. Oh my goodness, I'm going the wrong way. Ugh, no wonder that was difficult. Drink. Sorry. Okay, so I really hope that you guys saw that in the video, but it's just off a hair. So I'm just going to come in. Let me go this way, it's easier. Just take some of that off. So now we are fine. Clean the table. Okay, so this goes right here. but we need to do the design paper first. So I will just show you guys that. Let's see, what is that? That is going to be this here. So I just have, literally, I cut it an 1/8 inch shorter than what the actual page is. I know a lot of people do a 1/4 inch, totally your preference. So I should have had this prepped and ready to go. I'm not decorating this whole album with you. Just want to somewhat show you just how it looks. But I am just doing it similar to my original. I haven't decided because there's a part of me that just wants to use the rest of the collection and not have it with the gnomes in it. Just to show you that you can do it either way, but I do love the gnomes, so I don't know. And I'm not a like gnome garden person. I do not like them in the yard. But all the little gnome collections are so cute. So that is all I do for mine. And I have to turn it this way because it's more important to me to have the edge. And again, for those that have seen my few tutorials, I just go like this to make sure I see visually first that this fits before I stick it down. And then I just kind of eyeball it. Sometimes it goes on straight, sometimes it goes on crooked. And we just go with it. So on this album, or folio, I wanted to do the orange background instead of the gold because I was teetering trying to decide how I wanted to do it anyways. And then I just told myself, why not just do both? Which was silly. So this will go on just like that. And then we will put some score tape on there. Again, you can use score tape, you can use glue. You can do both. I've seen people use both. Get this down. Ugh, I hate how long this is taking. Sorry. And then on this, I'm just doing the bottom. Again, if you guys have seen my other videos, I tend to leave a side open in case I want to add a tag. And I did add one in this instance to the back of my waterfall. So I like to have just the options if I want it. So before I stick this down, I have to do my ribbon closure. So I think I'm going to do, oh, what do I want on here? We're just gonna go with this orange polka dot. I did a kind of a goldy, I don't even know what it was called. It's like a yellowy orange color sheer ribbon on the other one. But I also was teetering if I wanted to do this. And I'm trying to get the plastic off of this right now. And for some reason, I can't see it. Oh, there we go. So just like that. I usually just do about 8 inches. That usually is enough for a small tie, like a waterfall. I just do it for both. And then I can stick this down. And again, you can eyeball it. I'm trying to think, nope, I want it this way. So I'm just eyeballing that, and then I'm going to put Another piece of tape on that, just to make sure it's stuck pretty good. And then we could stick this down. Okay. And again, let me just make sure. I kind of just get my bearings of where I want it. So just like that. And again, if it's off, it is off. And you just roll with it. Ugh, that was kind of loud probably, huh? Sorry. I don't know why. I'm just a mess today. I have, you know, work I have to do, of course. So we will go ahead and stick this piece on here, just like that. And then you have your ribbon closure. So I could do that right now. At least get it on there. Just don't put your tape all the way down to the bottom because, oops, I do not want to do that yet. Because I know that I'm going to mat this. Do I want that? Oh yeah, I do want that under there. I was thinking magnet. Usually I like my magnet on top of my mat. And we're just going to put that there. Another piece of tape over it. Just like that. But we'll leave that on there until we get it decorated, and it's going to look something like that with another cut apart over it. So just make sure to have that straight. Yeah, it doesn't really matter actually. Okay, so that is the gist of that. Let me just show you guys how I do this here. Okay. Take that off. And I had already, again, normally I would have the magnet on top of my mat, so I guess it's time to drink. And I'm not talking about alcohol, I'm just saying just drink. For the drinking game of Tiffany messing up. So, like I said, normally I would put this orange mat down first and then put my magnet on before I put my main decorative piece of paper on top. I should say decorative cardstock. And just burnish that. And you can put a piece of tape over that if you want to. I do most of the time, but there's times that I've forgotten, and again, my album's been just fine. But it's just good to secure it a little bit. And we'll have to see, because I haven't even decided if I want to mat. So on the original, I just matted the bottom pocket with gold. And then, because I was just kind of doing the gold here and there throughout the book. But normally, I would mat everything if I did decide to mat. So it's kind of interesting that I am going to slide this under just so I could see where that black line is. Okay. So we have that in there. Dropping things again. Okay. So then you would just stick this in there. I don't know what's on that, so we're going to flip it. Okay, so there is the top of that pocket. That's what that is gonna look like. And then this gingham. My gosh, I just feel like these videos are so long. I'm so sorry. Ew, I don't like that either. We're gonna put that in the bottom, but I just can't help it. I have to trim that up. The blade was a little rough on that cut. So it'll go in looking like that. So that is what that will look like. And then all I do, close the album, I will stick it together like that, and the magnet will pop here. But I want to make sure I have that in place first. Okay, so that is the gist of the album or the folio. So I will put a magnet here. I will lay down, no, I won't. Yes, I will. I will lay down my sheet here first because I'm putting a 4x6 photo mat on top of it. So do the decorative paper first, lay the magnet, close, stick, and then do your 4x6 photo mat on there. And then same thing here. You're gonna put the, unless you have a border, it all depends if you have a border. So let me just see. I think I cut that already somewhere. Let's see. Yes. So on this one, that is going to go down first, and then I do a magnet. So this just reminds me, don't stick the decorative paper on there until I have a magnet. And then I will place this on top of it. So we're good. So same thing, wherever you have a magnet, just write it in first so that way you know. And just a rule of thumb, it helps me, totally up to you guys, but when I am cutting an album, if I know that I like a certain style, a folio or whatever, I will cut it a few times so that I have cuts already done when I want to go make the album again. But again, it's just something for me that helps me future make albums faster if I already have all the papers pre-cut and ready to go, because you have everything out. You have the measurements, it's fresh in your mind, so it's a little easier just to go ahead and cut it out. And I do this same thing with my design paper, especially if I'm making baby albums. If I know I want to make a few of them, I'm just going to, once I've made one, I will do a whole bunch of cutting and then just stick it in, you know, a Ziploc bag with all the components to complete the album, and then it's a fast album to make. Or you could just do the base so you have it for later. But hopefully that helped. Again, you guys should be able to, you know, complete the rest with whatever paper you'd like. This is just the base of how this folio is done. And then I'll show you the finished project of this one as well. So thank you guys for watching. Please give me a thumbs up if you liked my crazy tutorial. And if you haven't subscribed already, please do so that way you can see future projects. Thanks for watching. Bye.